Welcome to the Weather Guru podcast for Sunday, July 30th, 2023. Thank you for joining me. Please be sure to subscribe to the Weather Guru for the latest interpretation of weather that's happening in the lower 48 United States and sometimes beyond. Right now, we're looking at the National Weather Service current hazards, courtesy of Pivotal Weather and the National Weather Service. Mostly, the heat advisories, as you can see, has been shrinking, and that is excellent news after the warmest July in over 50 years in much of the United States. Right now, we have heat advisories extending through the Sunbelt of the DFW, Texas area down through I-35 corridor, so Waco, College Station, Bryan, Texas, Austin, Texas, and back through the hills of Texas, hill country of Texas. There's an excessive heat warning. That's to be expected as we're in the hot dog days of summer right now. We also have a heat advisory located in the orange here through the mid-Mississippi Valley back toward the panhandle of Florida and into all of Florida, including in that heat advisory, as well as excessive heat warnings for the panhandle of Florida, any along the I-10 corridor from Madison back through Tallahassee, the capital, over toward Panama City Beach and the Emerald Coast, Destin, Fort Walton Beach of Florida. And also for New Orleans, a hot day for there. If you're coming along Lake Pontchartrain Causeway or I-10 or I-12 there in Hammond and Alexandria, hot day along the bayou there, as well as extending them to portions of Biloxi area too as well. So be careful out there. Drink plenty of water. Stay hydrated. Of course, wear light colored clothing and continue to monitor the advisories as it is humid and hot down in the south and the lower Sunbelt Midwest parts there as well. Now out west we have clear skies. The monsoonal flow is continuing out in the southwest, so New Mexico has a tiny flood watch between Truth and Consequences up the lower version of I-25 there. So that's good news for them. Some clouds to help keep temperatures around normal, but still be above in the triple digits, but be better than what we had seen. Red flag warnings extending up into the Bitterroot chains and the Salmon Mountain, Salmon River basin of Idaho. This is because the dry air has produced some dry air conditions up there as well. Elsewhere, the northeast looks good. The midwest looks absolutely fabulous, and out west looks fabulous. There is some storms that could be posed, some threats up into the heat advisory, up into the Big Bear Mountains of California and the San Gabriel Mountains north of LA there. So looking at the tropics, we can see that we have some tropical disturbances out here in the Atlantic. This disturbance is given about a 70% chance of forming in 7 days, a 50% chance of becoming a tropical storm or a depression in the next 48 hours, which it probably will be. If it does, it gets a name, it'll be Emily. Emily is the next name on our list here, and this storm could possibly affect no land, but Bermuda is on its radar, but it'll be a couple hundred miles east of Bermuda, and it won't be a direct impact, at least for right now, but this is developing quite rapidly here. It has an area conducive for development, meaning low wind shear and low Saharan dust, and that should help it to strengthen, of course, and that's why the National Hurricane Center is giving it a 70% chance through 7 days next week, and a medium chance through the 48 hours. So it will be as it begins to turn northward by Monday or Tuesday, according to this synopsis. Now, also we have a little area disturbance off the Outer Banks here, off of Morehead City and off of Jacksonville, North Carolina. There's a disturbance here given a 30% chance of development here, but it will be dissipating as it moves east northwest in the colder weather and colder temperature here. So looking at that here, we're going to turn to radar scope here. We don't have many warnings here. We have a few warnings here in Georgia and Alabama, some severe thunderstorm warnings. As I put this in motion, a lot of this was just for hail here as these storms continue to sag southward here out of the valley here. In central Georgia along I-75 from Cordele down through Tifton, Arabia, and back over toward Albany. These storms are producing heavy rain showers and some flooding rains on the possible there. So maybe some small hail up to nickel size or peanut size here. And some of these storms in Georgia on the Alabama and Georgia area here. Now, most of these severe thunderstorm warnings are lasting just for the hour here. They'll be expiring in the next hour or so Eastern Standard Time. So about 5:30 or 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, most of this will have sagged further enough southward. Now, there's also some flash flood warnings here in Arizona, and this is for Cocosino County out in Arizona. And there's some basic severe thunderstorm warnings east of Charlotte. If you're outside the Beltway, that 485 Beltway, there's some half-inch hail that's coming down just to the east of Mint Hill and Matthews here, and this is moving into the other county towards Wadesboro. And this here is severe thunderstorm warning out of Raleigh. National Weather Service issues severe thunderstorm warning, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and expected to damage. So this is straight line winds along with hail coming in. You can see it bowing out, echoing here. This is head toward Wadesboro. So in Wadesboro, North Carolina, Rockingham, coming along I-74 there. Those areas, Laurinburg, coming back through your area in about another hour or so. This is just outside the Charlotte 485 Beltway here, past Mint Hill, southeast, about 30 miles southeast of Mint Hill in Matthews, North Carolina. So be on the lookout for that. These showers will continue to be enhanced here to the west of Charlotte and the upstate of South Carolina, from Gaffney up I-85 through places like Jonesville and Lockhart and Union County, just to the south of Spartanburg. So these will continue to dive southeastward here, as you can see, producing heavy rain squalls and hail on some occasions, and strong straight line winds up to 50 miles an hour, sometimes even higher than that, 60 miles an hour, and that's why these become severe thunderstorms warned at this time. Now, if you expand it out, you can see these showers continue to dive southeastward all the way through Augusta along I-20, I-16 along Macon, Warner Robins towards Statesville, and these will be diving southward toward the Savannah, Beaufort, Charleston, the low country of South Carolina, and also that I-95 corridor in about 2 to 3 hours from now. So if you're coming through that corridor around 6-7 p.m. Eastern time, from Savannah up through Charleston, Beaufort, Kiowa Island, all those islands up through Myrtle Beach, be very careful. There'll be some strong thunderstorms crossing I-95 in about 2 hours or so from now. And as well as the Panhandle, we've had some severe thunderstorm warnings near Tallahassee, Wakulla County, Leon County, Jefferson County, 60 mile an hour wind gusts. Same thing here. Radar indicated damage to roof trees and siding down there in those counties. We also have a special marine warning as well down that area. You can see these storms, sea breeze interaction. You can see the interaction right here. You see the outflow boundary coming in, the sea breeze coming off the Gulf of Mexico there, and the outflow boundary producing that showers along the southern portion of Leon County down toward Wakulla County, Crawfordville, along Highway 319 from Crawfordville to Woodville to Tallahassee. Heavy rain showers there, as well as gusty winds, as well as on this outflow boundary, sea breeze boundary here, 60 mile an hour wind gusts, same thing here. So just kind of your garden varieties, typical summer thunderstorm type of activities here. Nothing tornadic in nature here, but this outflow boundary from the sea breeze as it advances inward here, as you can see, heading just the sea breeze heading Quincy along I-10, just past I-10 here, from Quincy to midway to Tallahassee, and that's what we're seeing here. So this has been your local forecast radar and your national picture, as well as tropical picture for today, Sunday, July 30th, 2023. Get outside and enjoy if you can. If you're not involved in any of these showers anywhere in the country, I'll talk to you very soon. Be sure to subscribe. Thank you for listening at The Weather Guru. Take care.